Thank you for coming for this press conference here at the Media Center. We'd like to give you, the Philippine National Police would like to give you an update on the police action pertaining to the violent clash that transpired along Rojas Boulevard in Ermita, Manila. Allow me to introduce to you our officer in charge of the Philippine National Police. We have here the Deputy Chief Police Senior Superintendent Joel Napoleon Coronel. At this point, allow me to read the statement of the Chief PNP, Police Director General Ronald Bato de la Rosa, pertaining to the clash that transpired yesterday in Ermita, Manila. And I quote, "Napanood ko ang video at nakakalungkot at nakakagalit. I saw the people got hurt. Ayaw ko na may nasasaktan na Pilipino. But I cannot let emotions get the best of me. As the Chief of the Philippine National Police, I have a duty and moral obligation to look into this squarely and deal with it swiftly and decisively. The Philippine National Police recognizes and upholds the citizens' right to peaceful assembly. Police forces are under strict instruction as a matter of policy to exercise maximum tolerance in such public assemblies with public safety and protection of human life an utmost concern and topmost priority. With what transpired at Rojas Boulevard in Ermita, Manila yesterday, an investigation and full review is underway and necessary sanctions will be levied on any personnel guilty of putting lives at risk. Upon my instructions, RD NCRPO Police Chief Superintendent Oscar Albayalde has placed all officers involved in that particular police operation under administrative relief to ensure utmost impartiality of the investigation. The President has been briefed about the incident and he stressed on the obligations of our police to serve and protect the people. But as he said, we cannot point fingers right away without clear investigation. Our other priority now is to look into the victims and check on their recovery and safety after such an unfortunate incident." End of quote. Ladies and gentlemen, our resource person for this morning, the officer in charge of the Philippine National Police, the Regional Director of NCRPO, and the District Director of the Manila Police District will be open for statement. If you have questions, we'll follow the sequence. First question, sir, will come from Jeff Caparas of TV5 to be followed by Isabella Montano of CNN.
Good morning po, sir. Sir, Colonel Pedroso was caught on cam dun sa kinakausap niya yung mga tao niya. And the exact quote is, "Wala man lang kayong hinuli, ang dami-dami niyan. Magkagulo na kung magkagulo, pulis tayo rito. Pwede ba tayong patalo sa mga yan? Anong mukhang ihaharap natin sa embassy? Kaya i-disperse mo yan." So sir, clearly po sir, no, I've read the police operational procedure, yung regarding po sa dispersal. Kahit po walang permit, it should be dispersed peacefully. And yun sir, sa inyo po sir, ano po ang inyong take po doon sa sinabi ni Colonel Pedroso ito sa incident mismo sir? Sino tatanungin?
Una-una, gusto muna iparating kami nakikiramay kung Philippine National Police ay nakikiramay sa mga nasaktan kahapon, lalo-lalo na sa mga hanay ng mga rallyista at ganoon din sa hanay ng ating pulisya. Tungkol sa mga binanggit ni Police Senior Superintendent Pedroso, ito ay kanyang personal lang na salita. It does not at all reflect yung policy ng ating Philippine National Police. At ito ngayon natin imbestigahan. Nabasa ko ito kagabi when I was browsing over the internet at tinitignan ko nga yung lahat ng mga footages. At nakita ko nga na isang bagay na pagsasalita na dapat hindi nagawa ng isang senior na officer dahil he will influence yung mindset ng ating mga kapulisan. Unang-una, dapat natin we have to strictly follow yung ating police operational procedures at lalo na yung ating tinatawag na policy on maximum tolerance. At kakaiba kung kanyang mga binanggit. And he will be investigated for yung mga ganung mga binanggit niya kahapon.
What will happen to Colonel Pedroso and dun sa mga involved po ng mga polis? Aside po dun sa admin na relief nila, ano pa po yung mga sanction na gagawin sa kanila? Saan sila nagsistay ngayon? Nasaan sila ngayon?
Nasa lahat na sila. Dinala na ni General Abialde sa regional headquarters. Nandun na sila lahat, including yung driver. So, ang total number of personnel that were relieved, officers and personnel, siyam na opisyal. Kasama na doon si Police Senior Superintendent Pedroso at yung driver na si PO3 Franklin Co.
Sir, including po yung mga namalo ng jeep dun sa TM Calaw, yung kumuha nung driver ng jeep, tapos pinagpapalo, including po yung mga yan, sir?
Nasa custody pa rin. Nasa custody pa rin ni General Coronel.
Sir,
yung mga tao na yun.
Can we identify them? Kung sino yung sa
For the police officers that were ordered relieved by our regional director and transferred to headquarters. The following were transferred to the regional headquarters upon instructions of our regional director, effective today. Police Senior Superintendent Marcelino Pedroso, he is the Deputy Director for Operations of the Manila Police District. Police Superintendent Albert Barot, the Ground Commander at the time of the incident, Station Commander of Ermita Police Station. Police Chief Inspector John L. Branon, the PCP Commander in the vicinity, Pedro Hill. Police Chief Inspector Elmer P. Oseo, the Deputy Commander of Station 5 Ermita. Police Chief Inspector Joby Astucia, the Chief of Operations of the police station concerned. Police Chief Inspector Roberto Marinda, the Company Commander of the CDM Company. Police Chief Inspector Roberto Mangine, Company Commander of the U.S. Embassy Detail. And Police Senior Inspector Edgardo Orongan, the Chief Operations of our Public Safety Battalion. Not to mention, as earlier mentioned by our TVCO, PO3 Franklin Co., the driver that was shown on the TV driving the patrol back-to-back jeep.
Okay, sir, the next question will come from Isabella Montano, CNN, to be followed by Mark Makalala, the Flight Network. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. We heard yesterday that the NCRPO said that you were going to look into possible lapses na nangyayari yesterday during. I'm guessing there are standard procedures to be undertaken. How do you feel about a senior like Pedroso ordering to move vans that are in the midst of a crowd? I mean, was that a lapse also on his part? Should he have not asked to move those vans given the technical or the technicalities involved in moving the vans?
Unang-una, gusto kong bagitin sa inyo that we will not only investigate that particular incident we're in. That particular van was driven by Co. Hindi lang yun. Hindi lang kami nakatuon doon. We will investigate the entire incident, yung mismong civil disturbance management process. In its entirety. From the time na nag-respond sila, nag-organize muna pala sila, nag-responde sila, nag-deploy sila ng tao, hanggang dun sa crowd dispersal, yung procedures nila and protocols were properly observed, hanggang dun sa pag-arrest, hanggang dun sa termination ng operation. Yun ang buong imbestigan. And that's the reason why I directed the Criminal Investigation Protection Group to investigate the incident. Lahat na ng ongoing investigation ng NCRPO will be terminated, CIDG will take over. In fact, kagabi pa, nandun na yung CIDG, getting all the pieces of evidence. I would like to, thank General Bialde and Jigs Coronel for cooperating fully with the investigation.
Sir, so Can we say that Mr. Ko is he in a detention cell or just been relieved and he's at home? Where is he right now?
Nasa headquarters, nandun na sa under restrictive custody. We have what we call restrictive custody. It's actually a administrative measure para siguraduhin na nasa custody na namin yung tao.
All 9 of them po?
Yes, all nine. At yung iba naman, under restrictive custody naman ng ating Manila Police District Director.
So that means they're not in a cell, they're just under surveillance and they're kept at the headquarters.
Yes, so that they will be ready for, every time we call for them, readily available kagad sila.
Also officially, as per PNP data, how many are the injured? And we know one guy in particular was run over. Is he in a
Yes.
coma? Is he alive?
Ganito yun, around 32 PNP personnel were injured. More than 20 rallies were injured. We are very fortunate na wala namang seriously injured. And then about 21 rallies were arrested, but they were released yesterday afternoon to the former Congressman Colmenares and Congressman Zarate.
Okay, the next question will come from Mark Macalalag, to be followed by Chrissy Di Matulak of GNN. Mark?
Sir, good morning. Correct me if I'm wrong. According to the PNP Manual of Operation, it says that non-lethal weapons shall be used to disperse the assembly of rallies. And based on the video, we can see that the PNP assigned in the area attempted to disperse the rallies using unnecessary force. And now Senator De Lima and even Senator Coco Pimentel are asking the PNP to investigate this incident. Makikita rin po sa video, separate video po na may sinabunutan pa pong babae na nasa jeep. Ano po yung masasabi niyo dito, sir, sa nangyari nito?
Yun ang mga inimbestigan namin ngayon. Was reasonable force applied or unreasonable force was duly applied during the crowd dispersal operation. Obviously, may nakikita na kami mga lapses. Doon pa lang sa video, nakikita na namin kagad na lalong-lalo na on the part nung insidente na involving yung driver. Na alam naman natin na hindi naman violent yung driver, but there's so much unreasonable force applied para to suppress the driver. In fact, napabayaan pa siya. Unfortunately, may mga nag-react na mga pulis at tinulungan siya para mabigyan siya ng medical attention. And we have to gather more pieces of evidence, especially iba't ibang mga video footages para makita talaga namin sa iba't ibang anggulo kung ano talaga yung nangyari. And right now, we're encouraging witnesses, those who are holding different video footages. In fact, we have also requested the U.S. Embassy to provide us a video footage of the incident para talagang magkaroon kami ng very, very, very objective and more comprehensive assessment kung ano talaga nangyari.
Sir, they're saying that the PNP has a far greater responsibility in this incident. Number one, because they have the state-sanctioned instrument that can control violence in the dispersion. And number two, because they represent the state, meaning no matter how piece of they are or how rowdy the crowd is, they should not do that. And aside from that, sir, sinasabi ng mga ralista na patapos naman na daw sila. Bakit, kung kailan patapos, saka pa nangyari yung violent dispersion?
Kita-kita naman namin na talagang walang sapat na dahilan para gawin nung driver yon. Wala rin sapat na dahilan para saktan yung isang ralista na nagmamaneho ng sasakyan. These are the things na talagang tinitingnan namin at tinututan namin ng pansin. And as I've said, we will be conducting a very, very exhaustive and very objective investigation.
Next question will come from Chrissy Di Matulak, to be followed by June Raimundo of PNA.
Good morning, sir. Sir, according to Senior Superintendent Marcelino Pedroso, the police were provoked in yesterday's event. Sir, how exactly were the police provoked?
Well, as mentioned by our officer in charge, the circumstances by which Colonel Pedroso made those statements would have to be investigated, considering the given circumstances and facts at the time that he was there on the ground saying those statements. Let's all bear in mind that first, it has been established that the protest action carried out by the militant groups in a U.S. embassy has no legal permit. So it is illegal per se, in violation of existing laws. So lest we forget that particular fact. Number two, maximum tolerance has been employed by the police. In fact, we negotiated with them for the peaceful withdrawal of their group from the area so that no untoward incident or violence will be employed. And number three, there's unprovoked actions on the part of the militant groups by suddenly assaulting and storming the gates of the U.S. Embassy, throwing paint and other debris at the main entrance gate, spray painting the walls of the perimeter of the United States Embassy, which under existing Vienna Convention, the government has the obligation to protect and suppress. And then lastly, as mentioned earlier, there are 32 policemen injured during the clash. Unfortunately, there was also several protesters who were also injured, and this is precisely why an investigation, a deep and exhaustive investigation, will be conducted to determine if there are liabilities on the part of our policemen, either administrative or criminally, and for which reason we're prepared to answer these questions.
What is the police doing to help casualties from yesterday's rally, sir?
Come again, sorry.
What is the police doing to help the casualties from yesterday's rally?
Yes, sir. Some of the casualties, injured protesters were brought with assistance of the police to the Philippine General Hospital. And in fact, some of those arrested who suffered injuries and minor bruises were attended to by our PNP Health Service and volunteer medical group from the MMDA and the MPV headquarters before they were released to the custody of their lawyers.
Next question will come from June Raimundo, to be followed by Marie Sumali of JB7.
Sir, incidents like this, merong charges, counter charges. Sir, sa CIDD, ang imbestigahan nyo yung kung meron ng lapses sa MPD personnel. Yung sa counter charge, sino po ang mananagot? Kung magpapile man yung MPD, sino po ang mag-initiate ng investigation?
Yung MPD ang magpapile ng case. They're mulling on several violations, illegal assembly, direct assault, malicious mischief, and damage to property. Yun yung mga apat na kaso na nakikita nila na pwedeng ipal sa mga ralista.
Sir, meron na po ba tayong mga reminders sa PNP personnel para ma-prevent yung recurrence ng incidents like this sa mga rallies?
Well, number one, we have constantly reminded our personnel. Sa MPD, meron nga silang stress management program dyan. I know they have this stress management program sa Manila Police District. It's because of these kinds of activities, yung mga frequent rallies, yung mga protests na ginagawa sa AOR ng Manila Police District. Kaya minabuti ng ating district director to regularly conduct stress management on their personnel, no? At palagi naman natin sinasabi sa ating mga kapulisan yung maximum tolerance, no? And I think makikita naman natin yung ating mga pulis naman will not react on violently if they are not also provoked, no? As what have been said earlier, yung ating mga naging protesters kasi, umpisa pa lang, nang bato na sila ng pintura. Makita natin yung mga shield ng ating mga kapulisan, yung ating CDM contingent, yung mga babae doon ng uniforme nila full of red paints, no? Yun ang sinasabi natin. Kaya siguro sila nasanay. If you remember, way back first week of August, pinagbigyan kasi natin yung mga yan, yung ating mga militant groups, to conduct their protest rallies very near the U.S. Embassy, right after the SONA, no? na media pa yon. So, yung sinasabi nila, totoo yun na meron silang karapatan para mag-assemble at alam ng ating Pangulo yung ginagawa nila, no? But of course, hindi naman siguro ito tolerate din ng ating Pangulo na magprotesta na violently, di ba? Nasa Constitution yan. Peaceful assembly. There's that word, peaceful assembly. No, yung peaceful, hindi violent assembly. No? So yung ating on the side of our policemen, meron tayo palaging program dyan. No? Meron tayong program dyan, hindi tayo nagkulang sa kanila. From the day that they took oath as recruits sa PNP, meron ng CDM training yung mga yan. So, hindi naman tayo nagkulang sa pagpapaalala sa kanila on the maximum tolerance principle na pinapractice o na-adapt ng Philippine National Police.
Question from Marisa Mali to be followed by Rafael Bosano of ABS-CBN.
Sir, good morning po. Those militants have always been conducting their protest rallies in front of the U.S. Embassy since time immemorial. What do you think was the difference this time for this incident to have occurred? Ano exactly yung naging iba? Kasi parang there are some statements being told that ang mga militante ngayon, since parang sinasabi na kakampi naman nila yung presidente, medyo mas malakas yung loob. And at the same time, the police are parang quoted as saying na dahil hindi naman sila makukulong dahil nasa kanilang panig din ang presidente, mas malakas din yung loob nila. So, meron bang impluensya yung ganitong pag-iisip or yung ganitong attitude sa nangyari kahapon?
I think that would be very, very speculative. Siguro mas maganda muna na tapusin natin muna yung ating investigation. Find out what really triggered those behaviors. Sa ngayon, hindi namin alam kung what practically triggered yung mga violent behavior ng ating mga realista. In the same manner that what prompted our policemen to be very, very aggressive. So that's actually part of the matters that will be investigated.
But is there a legal basis for such kind of dispersal? For what happened yesterday? Is there a legal basis for such kind of dispersal?
Besides, they don't have a permit to conduct the rally. And that's the reason why there was a negotiation that was done. And they were given a warning. They were given 10 minutes to disperse. And in spite of that, they continue to conduct the rally, and slowly they became very, very unruly and violent.
But of course, the action or the reaction of the police cannot be justified as well.
Yes,
Do you believe so?
there are incidents wherein the reactions of the police is unreasonable and unjustified. Like for example, yung nangyari dun sa driver na si Franklin Ko. As I've said, walang sapat na dahilan para gawin niya yon. Dahil tinignan ko pinanood ko yung frame by frame kung ano talaga yung insidente. At ano yung trigger sa kanya para gawin niya yon. I can easily say na walang sapat na dahilan. Pangalawa, yung pag-akos dun sa driver ng jeepney ng mga realista, wala ring sapat na dahilan para saktan siya.
Sir, as early as now, you're saying that you can see lapses as to what Mr. or PO3 ko, what's his name? Franklin ko did.
Yes.
Ano ang mga pwedeng kaharapin niyang kaso or sanctions kung mapatunayang may pagkukulang sa bahagi niya?
Okay, I will let his district director answer.
For administrative liability, maybe he may be held culpable for violation of gross misconduct, particularly if there is established that there was a violation of the existing operating procedures in activities such as rallies and demonstration. And also for criminal, he may be also held liable for serious physical injuries for those who may have sustained wounds or injuries at the time when he drove the vehicle.
Rafael Bosano.
Sir, sorry, last. Let me just clarify, kasi may isang police na ang nameplate ay budong, may dalang maliit na baril na sinuksok sa may tiyan. Hindi ba bawal ang baril kapag mga ganitong mga assemblies?
Yes, the carrying of firearm is prohibited in CDM operations. Thank you for that information. It's only the first time I came across this, and that matter will be thoroughly investigated, ma'am.
Okay, Rafael Bosano to be followed by Bea Cupino Proctor.
Sir, we do understand that there are times that maximum tolerance is easier said than done. And aside from the stress management that you are giving your policemen, do you, because of this, because of what happened, do you plan to embark on new forms to actually parang put into mind to the policemen that they should really be exercising maximum tolerance?
Totoo yan. It's easily said than done, no? Especially kung hindi mo malaman kung ano yung range ba talaga ng maximum tolerance. And that's the reason why we continue to, come up with certain policies, lalo na we learned from what happened in Kidapawan. And again, this is another learning experience for us sa nangyari uli dito sa US Embassy area. At tuloy-tuloy naman ang aming mga programa sa pag-train ng aming personnel sa mga tamang procedure at protocols sa civil disturbance management. Kaya lang, binabanggit ko nga sa iyo, sometimes it is a judgment call on the part of the ground commander and on the part of our police. Kasi sila na lang nandun eh. Maski na may mga policy, if they perceive na merong under threat sila, and then, sometimes that would trigger certain behaviors on the part of the police na as people in leadership, we cannot already influence yung ganung behavior. So these are things na dapat namin talagang pinag-aaralan namin, and rest assured that we will continue to improve our policies and procedure.
Bea? To be followed by Roel Perez.
I'm sorry, very basic question again. Para lang we have a basis of how we will monitor the investigation. What is maximum tolerance, sir? How would you describe maximum tolerance? How would that be exercised? Particularly in this situation, for example.
Under the existing rules, there's no exact definition of maximum tolerance. But for our purposes of implementing the operating procedures in CDN, it's the level of tolerance where which the PNP or the law enforcement units are concerned to that act in such a manner allowing the protesters to express their grievances in a public forum, respecting their rights and dignity, and recognizing their right to petition the government for the grievances. We shall, and also included in that provision is that we will afford them also full security and protection to exercise that particular right. So, as much as possible, no untoward violence shall be employed or force shall be employed against these protesters except when circumstances warrant it.
What kind of circumstances, sir, would warrant?
That's included in our rules. In case of actual violence, serious threats of violence, or actual damage or destruction to property. That's included in our rules.
Sir, different question naman po. Who will be heading the investigation, sir? Who are the particular people, officers, who will be heading the investigation of the clash?
Okay, I directed the deputy of CIDG, si General Elirasco, to head the investigation, and he's now utilizing the investigators of NCR CIDG.
Yes, sir. That's part of the investigation being ongoing, but initially, based on the records on our personal file, he is of a good moral character, outstanding behavior. Wala naman siyang pending criminal or administrative cases so far. That's why he was assigned dun sa DPSB as a duty driver since he was assigned to the MPD since 2010. I would have to
Wala pa kaming record hanggang ngayon, ano? Pero he's now being subjected to neuropsychiatric evaluation.
Yes, ma'am.
yes.
Na allegedly, may sinagasaan din ang PNP na 6x6 truck ng mga protesters in 2010. Tapos, yung mga militants, sir, are accusing ko na siya rin daw, kamukha daw. So, may info na ba tayo?
I think that matter will also be part of the investigation that will be conducted by the CIDG. That's the first time I heard of that information.
Okay, so with that, we thank you very much for coming over, and rest assured that the PNP will be out to serve and protect the people. Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat at maraming salamat po. Mabuhay po ang lain kayo.